Hey everyone, this is Dr. Briley. Stay healthy, wealthy, and wise, and never apologize for wanting more out of life. Hello, everybody. We are back. I am so excited. We're on another week and we are moving through these weeks. Can you believe it's going to be Christmas soon? Can you believe this? It's coming so quick, so fast. I do need to ask my producer one thing while I'm sitting here to make sure I didn't ask because I usually have a different device here. I don't have the tablet today, but can you see my phone? No. The screen. Okay. That's all I need to know because I need to keep my stuff secure, private, and personal because we do have a person here with security today. And we want to make sure that my stuff is secure, right? So, of course, thank you. Welcome for watching. Today is going to be an episode you do not want to miss, and you do not want to get up and get any chips or any cookies or anything. If you do, put it on pause because you want to see every bit of this show today. We are talking about security, and honey, if anything, I can tell you with me, I've utilized a lot of security from having stalkers to all kinds of stuff, right? So I've needed a security team and I've needed actually bodyguards and all kinds of stuff for speaking engagements. So nevertheless, I am Dr. Briley, and who do we have here today?
Victor with the View Repair Center.
Yes, and I'm so excited he's here today, y'all, because like I said, I'm big on security. I love security. I love to make sure people's houses are secure, their businesses are secured, and just overall everything is secured. We're living in a world where we need that. We need that. So we're gonna do a little icebreaker. We're gonna start off with a little something funny. I'll let you have you come up with. We don't have to be funny, but something that's happened.
Yeah. Well, I think it was. I'll say this weekend. You know, there's those days where you go in grocery shopping, and by the time you get all your stuff in the cart, you're looking for your credit card and your wallet,
Yeah.
and you leave it behind. And I left mine last weekend. I left it in the house. So I was, in a self checkout, and
Right.
unfortunately, it was embarrassing because people were waiting for me. And
Right.
then I was looking for my credit card, and I'm like, "Oh no, I left it. There's no way." And I was touching even more, but I was like, "What else do I need to touch myself? I can't
Right.
find it." So, and I told the lady, "Hey, I am so sorry. Is that if I can, get my cart here, leave it here, and I'll be right back and get my
Right.
credit card." So that was funny. I think that I had a couple of people laughing at me there.
But it's happened to the best of us.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
happened to the best of us. And th- th- since we're talking about technology, I do know there's a grocery store out there that actually you can use your palm to pay for your stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's unique and different. I didn't know that until I seen somebody do it, and I was
Right.
like, "Oh wow, okay, what's that about?" So that's different. But for me, something that happened. Let's see. Gosh, I have so many things, and it's just it's wild. I have so many things. All the time, something's like funny or something's wild is happening to me. Ooh, I had a speaking engagement, and usually I buy, especially when I like shoes,
Yeah.
I buy the exact same shoe
Yeah.
in multiple colors. And I had two different colors on at a speaking engagement, and so what I did was I jazzed it up. So that shows you, you know, producers laughing, right? So I did. I had two different color shoes on, but nobody said nothing. So they
Really?
probably just thought
It's patching. It's part of
that
the
that's a
outfit for
part
the
of
day.
the ensemble, that I was going with, in which now y'all know if you're watching, it was not. Two completely different color shoes.
Wow.
So yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
I honestly, if I would have seen you with two different color shoes, I would have thought it was just part of the outfit. To be honest.
Yeah, that's what that. Yeah, nobody said nothing. I was on a stage speaking. It was probably about, I want to say about 3,000 people,
Wow.
but nobody said nothing.
Yeah. No, they thought it was part of the
They
outfit.
just probably thought it was a part, or thought it was part of something that I was going to talk about.
Yeah.
And in rapid, but that shows you no matter what, you still go forth with what you're doing. Like
Yeah.
it's some people would have probably had a meltdown or what have you. I'm like, and I looked
And I'm like, I know I don't have two color shoes on. And so what I must have did was just grab the right, grab the left, threw them on, and kept going.
Gosh,
So I
you're
must be
awesome
in a
for that.
time. Well, I must be in a time that I actually need a personal assistant to help me choreograph my wardrobe outfit or something. So, but let's talk about security. Let's talk
Yeah.
about and you probably like, okay, what's Dr. B? Dr. B, tell us what they got to do with anything. Man, they got so much to do with everything. Like I tell people, tell me what you do and I'll tell you how it's real estate.
Right.
You want to protect your assets. You want to protect. I mean, there's so much with it. Even if you got computers at the house, security. Just all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
So, what does security look like in 2026? Like, start telling us some stuff.
Wow, that's a really good question. I'll start with this.
Okay.
Security really has changed now.
Okay.
Way differently. It is now advancing a lot at a rapid pace with the newest technology that we have. I'll say in the early 2000s, the biggest security in those times were more of an access controls, right? Let's say if you own an acre, you don't want nobody to be trespassing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And since then, technology has advanced, and for example, in the real estate or residential, especially if you got a huge place of, let's say, maybe a new land that's being opened, a new
Right.
acres, new type of houses are being opening, right? And it takes a good amount of couple of years for it to, fill up the
Fill up.
whole place, right, in the whole neighborhood. And so when it comes to stuff like that, security key, like as far as security cameras, portable security cameras with solar panels, those are great. You
Right.
keep them in eye from potentially unwanted, so-called squatters, right?
Right.
That they tend to go and damage property. So security cameras is one way to go when it comes to security and pretty much, guarding those assets,
Right.
especially because it's for business, right?
Right.
And you don't want to damage those. And the residential, it's very interesting. In residential, we've done projects for let's say like a two-story house, a four-story house, and they
Right.
have more than 4,000 acres in a house. A lot of them like to choose access controls, right? They
Okay.
don't want nobody to be coming in uninvited, right? And they will have
Right.
that automatic gate. And they have a sense of security because when you have a more than 4,000 acres at a house,
Right.
you can't really stay on top of everything
Right.
in that specific area. So access controls and security cameras, um, uh, and if you want to go a little bit further than that, you can add sensors around
Right.
the perimeter of the acres.
Right.
So security now is needed more than ever. And with that, you got to make sure too that whoever, if it's a security company or a tech company, you got to ask them, what type of security cameras they're using, right?
Right.
For as far as like the resolution, that's a big important.
And tell me more about that, the resolution.
So we as far as the way we do our security systems, we educate the customer if it's a business or a residential. We educate what they're buying. A lot of other security companies, they're really great, but they're missing into a point where they're educating the buyer, right? And a lot of them they tend to have a lower resolution security cameras, and that's after everything gets installed. So we love to educate them before they buy and they commit to a price,
Right.
or just the type of system they're getting.
Right.
So their expectations matches their what they're buying.
The buying experience.
And number two is make sure that those cameras last a lot more than 5 years, right? So if you're buying security cameras, that's the biggest important thing, is that if you have real security cameras are meant to last more than 5 years. If they last only for a year, I don't think that we're high quality security cameras.
Okay.
And so we also see that in the market. And we can talk about a little bit more later on in the podcast about the NDAA,
Right.
which is changing the market in the security world.
Okay.
And so that is something that we actually are adapting now in the next early, and the next years coming because it affects all of us. It affects the
Okay.
country as well. So
Okay.
So basically you're trying to, the company that you're with is adapting to these needs now, so
Yeah.
that way you don't have to scramble later
yeah,
to trying to figure out what are y'all gonna do.
yeah,
So I know you have a few things you wanted to talk about, the infrastructure
yeah.
and AI and workloads and just different things when it comes to security. So touch on that a little bit for us, and because my viewers are viewers that like to be educated on like a vast amount of things. So touch a little bit on that for me.
That's a good question. It all falls back to the primary idea, and that is just like you said, security. So, um, when it comes to, I'll say a little bit with real estate.
Okay.
In your field, how many security cameras or solar panels that you see when you go to different neighborhoods and or maybe a new built construction, right?
Right.
Most of the time, almost everywhere, kind of.
Right.
And the reason why is that's happening is as unfortunately as life changes, whatever's happening in the world and economy, crime tends to rise as well. And so we want to make sure as that the economy becomes to a bit more volatile when it becomes to pricing, or
Right.
prices rises. One of our responsibilities too for the market, for the consumer market, is provide a product that is also affordable.
Right.
And so solar panels, security cameras with solar panels, are one of the biggest right now that are such a benefit to for just temporary for construction sites, for real estate.
So using that solar panel for your security to run it,
Yeah.
or okay.
Yeah. So it keeps on the eye of that for a short period of time. So if it's a year or 2 years, right? Instead of installing a on-site permanent security systems, right?
Okay.
Which in the previously, right, in the early 2000s, a lot of them when it became to construction sites, they did have to install permanent sites,
Right.
for
Which
security
costs more money.
which costs a lot more money,
Right.
right? And then of course they're gonna have to pretty much liquidize everything, or salvage it for parts, whatever
Right.
it is, right? So definitely the solar panels have become so much better now. Batteries, of course, batteries
Right.
plays a huge part. Batteries now are so much they're much better manufactured than they used to be before.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say give thanks a little bit to the electric cars. If it wasn't because of the electric cars, we wouldn't be having better quality batteries.
Really?
Yeah. A fun fact: the improvement of maintaining, I can say those electrons in that, because it's pretty much, you got alkaline, right, and then you
Mhm.
got the other types of batteries. The whole idea for a battery to maintain full charge for as long as it can
Right.
is the size of the material, but
Okay.
also the compression,
Okay.
right? How long can the liquid gas or the gases can stay in there?
Okay.
Because eventually they'll start to fade away at
Right.
the time.
Right.
And so, because of the electric cars, they have developed newer technology.
Okay.
And
So
that,
they couldn't use their cell phones to help us.
right.
Because they've been around a long time. But
Yeah.
so the electric cars kind of helped us.
Yeah, it helped the
Wow.
innovation on improving batteries. So
That's
even
cool.
the newer iPhones have the newer batteries now,
Right.
and it's a lot better. And a lot there's a newer one. It's called the solid state batteries, right?
Hmm.
Solid state batteries are have different materials,
Okay.
which just compresses more of those those gases so that they can stay there longer than
Right.
than everything. So it's really good, and that gives it a good way for just short periods of you know events, such as
Right.
maybe like there's an event going on, you need security cameras.
Right.
It's going to go for maybe 30 days, right? Security
Okay.
cameras, portable security cameras are great for that.
And we see them everywhere now.
Yeah.
So you see them I mean, in Texas, growing with a lot of construction sites to oversee their supplies, so their supplies don't disappear.
Right.
So they have those towers with the solar, with the cameras, all multiple
Yeah.
ways. I've also seen them at the gas
Yeah.
stations.
Yeah.
Gas stations that are not favorable.
Right.
That it actually talks to you too. It's like you're on camera. I mean, it's kind of like, okay, what's going on? But I've seen the towers with the solars with the cameras that talk to you. I've seen them. I mean, I guess I've seen them in various places, parking lots.
Yeah.
So I see them a lot more now than I've ever before.
Yeah, and that's because of the pricing,
Okay.
inflation is rising, and so even last month I had a meeting with the realtor, commercial realtor. They're calling me, and I've done business with them in the past. And he was pretty much, we're gonna have to be looking for more portable solar panel portable cameras.
Oh,
you know.
wow.
And because the pricing is right, and they can move it anywhere they want to. Right, and so
What do they cost a roundabout? I know that everybody's situation is different, but kind of like a roundabout. How much do they usually cost?
it all depends when it comes to how big it's the solar panel, and then there's either going to be motorized telescopic pole, which it kind of goes up, or manual. So
okay.
the price
Oh, wow.
changes there. And the resolution of the camera. So a lot of the cameras can go all the way to up to 4K,
Okay.
8K, and even to 12K.
Oh, wow.
So 12Ks are definitely needed for construction sites.
Right.
So
I want a good, clear image
yeah,
of who took the
yeah.
copper. Yeah.
That's why, anything. 'Cause I seen all sorts of things that
Right.
people go into construction sites, and what allows why have so much resolution and megapixels in the camera is so that so there are different types of cameras. There are optical, right? Optical meaning is that the actual lens itself zooms in and then zooms out. So and then you're pretty much controlling it with either on a touch screen or a lever, right? It can also do a pan and a tilt and a zoom, which is the optical. The problem with those is that when it's recorded, it's recorded, so you can't really move it to that specific, let's say,
Okay.
side that it happened, right?
Right.
Or zoom in. So the 4K or the 8K cameras allows it that when it's recorded, you can zoom in digitally.
Okay.
So the higher resolution for that specific camera, the more you zoom in digitally,
Right.
you won't lose any pixels. It won't look blurry.
Oh.
Yeah. So if it's a camera that is, let's say, minimum 2 megapixels,
Right.
right, and you start to zoom in, it's gonna
starts to
look-
distort, yeah.
distort the picture, and that's usually equivalent to a 1080p pixel.
And that matters. That matters. That can matter in a court case. That can
Oh,
matter
yeah.
in multitudes of things.
Absolutely.
What I wish I knew at the start. Trusting BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group with our commercial landscaping was the best decision ever. BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group has been transforming commercial spaces into green paradises. Our clients can't stop raving about us. Just listen to what they have to say.
First client review. Our property has never looked this good. 5 stars all the way.
Second client review. Professional, reliable, and simply the best in the business. 5-star service.
From lush green lawns to vibrant floral displays, we've got it all covered. Our dedicated team ensures your property not only looks great but stands out.
Third client review. Their attention to detail is incredible. Our landscaping has never been in better hands. 5 stars.
Whether you're a business or an individual, BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group brings expertise, reliability, and a touch of magic to every project. Ready to transform your property? Join the 5-Star Club! Because at Blue Scorpion Property Preservation Management Group, we believe every property deserves to shine. Blue Scorpion Property Preservation Management Group, where properties thrive.
So, and that's one of the things we love to, when we sit in a meeting, you know, if they're going to come choose us, consider the use of our systems, we educate them that the difference between the resolution,
Right.
and just the lower resolution is not just the quality, but as it comes to when they zoom in that picture.
Right.
And so, for example, great example for these, there's these cameras called LPRs, right? License plate readers. You see those in the easy tags.
Right.
So those have a called a shutter speed. They have a very quick shutter speed.
Right. Because they're catching them.
And then they have a high resolution.
Right.
So those are the minimum. The typical they go around the megapixel. They go around 8,000 megapixels.
Oh, wow.
And up, so they can get that clear picture of the license plate.
Of you and your license plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is a big deal. Security cameras are going to be definitely now. We're now introducing. We're working one of our newer line series with AI integration.
Okay.
You know, that helps it to, especially in the supermarket. So we manage supermarkets, and especially, you know, supermarkets, you got people coming in and go.
Right.
They drop their credit card or they left their credit card. So before, we have to have the person manually to be in the footage room to spend time, look at what time frame, okay, at this time frame, and we're looking for it, right?
Right.
That allow the cost to rise when it comes to the owner, pay for someone to be and spend those hours to find exactly what happened. Now with AI, we basically now is that we can program these cameras to have certain search keys. So for example, I can program it to make sure, record, and save key events when somebody drops a credit card or drops a wallet. And it saves in a store there for those events.
So now you go to your folder of card dropped or keys dropped.
Right.
Or,
And
wow.
it's so very, very, very benefit to the business owner.
Okay.
They of course, you know, they will have to pay less for that, right? 'Cause
Right.
You just go there. We can even probably do it remotely when it comes to, depending if they allow us to, if they sign up for like a tech support package, where they're maintaining their security cameras, especially in a supermarket, because you got people coming in.
Right.
20, you know.
So how many folders can you have to chop up? As many as needed? Or?
Oh, as many as needed. And
Okay.
also, so the higher resolution too as well, the more memory you need.
Okay.
So depending on their budget,
That's what I was
allows,
going to ask. Storage.
definitely if you want a higher resolution, you have to increase the storage capacity. And that way, you know, because the minimum, at least, a system has to be recorded at least 30 days.
Okay.
And then after those 30 days, it's going to override to the next month, right?
Okay.
So it has to keep 30 days for 24 hours.
Okay.
So, and that's footage being compressed into a different type of code, encode file. It's not the normal WMB or MP4.
What about the cloud? Do you have backup to the cloud if
Yeah,
you want?
yeah.
Okay.
Well, the way we do it is that we give the customer the option to upload to the cloud, but we mainly talk about having it in your infrastructure. That way you don't have to keep paying a subscription fee to maintain that storage out
Now
there.
that's how I am. That's how my house is. It goes to an actual flash drive to 30 days worth, you know. And if I need it for any type of documentation or anything, it goes boom. I can go back, locate it, clip it, cut it, and send it.
Yeah. So we love providing the best security for all types of companies.
Right.
And you know, one of our keys there is to educate the consumer and educate the business owner.
Right.
And that's how we've been in business for as long as we have now.
How long?
It's about to be 10 years now.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
That's
it's been a wild road, I'll tell you that. It's been challenging.
Yeah.
Especially during the pandemic. So we had to adapt, and we developed lots of great relationships and and lots of other successful business owners in the retail world.
Right.
And yeah, we've been in this race, and we look forward to keep going as long as we can. I'll say, how long can we go? Really, how
Right.
far can we go?
Well,
That's
and I
really-
think one of the great things about when I met you and we talked was that y'all stay on cutting edge stuff.
Oh yeah.
You don't try to you know just stay where you are. And prior to you being on the show, I've spoken to multiple people on my show about multiple different things of not just staying stuck, right? When you look at that, you talk about how Hollywood and Blockbuster went out of
Yeah.
business because of Redbox, and then Redbox kind of just fizzled with streaming. Like, you have to be on the cutting edge, and you have to keep pouring into the company and yourself to have the cutting edge things to help your clients and your customers. And listen to them and try to figure out what's next way before it comes next, right? And that's the importance. So what else about AI or y'all are doing or
I'll tell you what we are currently working,
okay.
and what it has been, what are we preparing for the next years. I would say this for anyone at home and who owns a business. I know there's a lot going on with AI. I can tell you, there's a lot of bad stuff that I don't support with
Right.
it, and there's a lot of good things about it. There's a medium in AI that we need to implement.
Okay.
Well, we don't need to depend on it. Okay, that's one thing. Because if we fully depend on AI, unfortunately, we'll start losing our critical thinking.
That's
so
true.
so
That's
we
true.
can't allow that, and because critical thinking is a skill, right?
Right.
And that's how we always learn and stay on top of everything.
Right.
AI should be more of an assistant to it could become in the personal life, or it can be an infrastructure for a business.
Okay.
It has to be an assistant. That's the only way a company will move forward. I think
Can't lean on it for everything.
right.
Okay.
And you cannot. I will say this, and I'm sure there's going to be other tech companies that are not going to like me for saying this,
Right.
because I like to tell the truth.
Right.
The reality is that you cannot run a true business, solely on AI.
Right.
And here's why. Just a couple of years ago, we had a big outage with Cloudflare. It affected the airports. It affected
I didn't think about that.
It affected the other types of websites and other, especially. I think in parts of Amazon, AWS, which is the cloud side of their services. You know, if you depend on a company all in a cloud,
Right.
expect to get shut down pretty quickly, and then
That can hurt.
and that can hurt big time. Airport definitely was a big deal, right?
Right. I
And-
remember that.
Yeah, it's a huge deal, and that's the same thing. I would say this. I think there's a bit of a misconception when it comes to data centers
Right.
and AI data centers. Both of those are two different things.
Okay.
AI data centers, we've been having, data centers, we've been having data centers for a very long time.
Right.
Even right after World War II, when
Right.
the internet was pretty much, it was built before, but what we call now, it was right after World War II. The internet itself, it's actually a data center with
Right.
hundreds of machine and storage, right? That is, and the engineers, we all know that. And so AI data centers are similar, but they have other things come in place just for AI to work properly. For example, AI data centers, they need what they call graphical components, right? Basically, those graphical components, they use so much power.
Right.
And
it's water.
And it needs also water
Water.
to cool all
Right.
those chips. So there's a problem with that, is that unfortunately our electrical grid, cannot handle. It is not built for that.
Right.
And so and you got all happening all at once. You got private companies
Right.
enforcing these, and it's affecting us as well.
So there's two different type of data centers.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, and I think a lot of people don't know that.
No, they do not.
So when you say data center, like get that out of here, you know,
Right.
they get mad but they need to understand there's two different kinds.
Yeah.
And you're educating the viewers on this, right? And so with the two different kinds, there's one that's been here since beginning of,
Oh yeah.
because we had the FBI, they need their data center, you know, so it's been here forever.
I would say in the consumer market since the .com era, right? Especially websites, all websites, even third-party websites.
Right.
So that could be Squarespace, Wix, GoDaddy, Bluehost. There's all sorts of
So many.
So many. All these companies are data centers, and some of those companies actually they rent their for their tools.
Right.
They rent spaces to other data centers
Correct.
to have it. So data centers are fantastic. We need them, and in fact, they're probably not going to go away.
Never gonna go away.
No, it's one of those things that that it's definitely increasing because of the demand of the technology.
Right.
Now AI, it's a different story. AI, it needs more
what
power
makes it
to
different?
function.
Yeah, what makes it well? Okay, so data centers, when we see it, we see this big building,
Right.
you know, going on, right? Both of them is the exact same way. So what really makes the difference between the AI data center and that data center?
One of the biggest difference is primarily data centers are to store
Okay.
and create tools as far as if it's going to be a SaaS or software as a service as a software.
Okay.
Basically, those are just mainly for storage and providing and creating tools so people can use them on those infrastructures.
Okay.
AI data centers, in order to see something or build something, it's more of a machines for automation.
Okay.
So in order for a machine to do automation, it's going to be working 24/7 all the time.
Because there's so many creators.
Right. There's so many stuff happening. As far as data centers, they're online 24/7,
Right.
but they're not working 24/7.
Because it's already created.
It's already created. So they're just
And
they're
it's
just-
storing it.
It's storing. They're
Okay.
hosting, right? AI is constantly on.
That's wild.
In the engineering language, it's constantly deploying. It's constantly
It's never
executing.
stopping.
Yeah, it's never stopping.
It's never taking a break.
It's never taking a break. And with that, for them to do accurate, for example, if you go to ChatGPT or you use Grok or OpenClaw or Claude, they use, in order to make those fast, a fun fact here is that they don't use copper when it comes to information.
Okay.
As far as everyone knows, if they've seen an Ethernet cable, right? Internet
Okay,
cable,
yeah.
if it's a yellow,
Yeah.
a black, or a blue. Okay, so those are great, and those are still up to date. They're not outdated. I'll give a little bit cool their industry insight. We have RJ3, which is phone line, which is slightly different.
Right.
Those use they use more of a load rate data transfer.
Okay.
And then we get to all the way to pretty much to Cat 5,
Okay.
Category 5E, and 8 Cat 6. Now we're going all the way to 7 and 8.
Okay.
So 8 is not great for the consumer because it's too expensive. Cat 7 is still too expensive.
Okay.
The difference there, technology, there's the data rate is transfer a lot more. So you can transfer, for example, let's say you have a folder that has 2,000 pictures. right?
Okay.
Or more than that, 10,000 pictures.
I got about 20 on my phone.
Yeah. So if you had a Cat 5, just a normal Cat 5, it can only transfer between, as far as the data, it can only be transferred between 100 to pretty much Yeah, but 10 to 100 to 1,000 megabytes per second. So it will transfer a file that's a 10 megabyte
Okay.
to 100 megabyte to 1,000 megabyte, which equals to 1 gig,
Okay.
right? To megabytes per second. That is going from one place to another hard
another
drive.
place, right.
Right. That cable allows that to transfer that rate, that speed rate of that data transfer.
Right.
And with Category 7, it has removed the cap and increased it even more.
Right.
But it becomes a little bit more expensive if you install in an infrastructure,
Right.
especially houses don't need that much for a Category 7, unless you're running some type of a data center, right?
Right.
That you're storing your stuff there, and you're using it for other things. But other than that, in the residential, they don't need Category 7, right?
So when we talk about like storage and even like real estate wise, I guess, because I do speak on data centers and I was diverse on, learning a little bit about an AI data center versus a data center. Because like you said, data centers have been here for a long time. How do you think the FBI has housed all their information
yeah.
for years and years, data centers. So that's not like a new word, right?
Right.
But real estate wise, the infrastructure, and knowing, because it just seems like now, because we're in this AI era, will we have enough places to put all this creation, or I mean, at one point in life, I mean, gosh, will we have enough places to put all this creation? Because we're steady creating. Then we got the people behind us creating.
Yeah. Yeah, it is interesting to think about. Now, this is my personal
Right.
humble opinion. The AI eventually will come into a halt.
You think so?
Oh yeah, the boom is getting there.
Okay.
And here's why. Without going into a little bit too political, I'm going to
Right.
pause here. Let me go back to the point where
Okay.
the cables. So the fun fact with the AI data centers, they don't use copper. Well, they do use copper for certain parts of the infrastructure.
Okay.
But primarily they use fiber optics, and fiber optics is it's light. So photons of light that goes in there, because light travels faster than the speed of
Right.
it's faster than the speed of light. So that is the reason why when you type something on ChatGPT or Claude, you're able to receive those answers
Quick.
pretty quickly, and that's because they're using fiber optics.
Okay.
The chips, especially the graphical chips, they get hot so much. So now a lot of it, if they use liquid nitrogen, is too expensive. So the cheapest route that they can go, it's water, right? So and of course they spend other types of coolant for them to cool their systems, and that's a huge problem too, because it's having to use so much power, and on top of that, I mean, for them, private companies, for them to be using water from a river or
Right.
next to a lake
Everywhere.
or something like
right.
that's just, to me, number one, that is causing disasters for natural disasters for our natural wildlife. It's protecting. There's a bill that protects for all of that,
Right.
and so that's a huge problem. And of course, I believe there is a state where Musk has Grok working on. He's using generators now. He's using diesel for it, right?
Okay.
And he's using water with it.
Okay.
The problem that nobody's saying, and is that the demand for that power, he's running out. The grid isn't just enough
Right.
of electrical grid. That is increasing the bill for the residentials,
Right.
and they're not.
Oh, I know. I've received something in the mail already.
Unfortunately,
Yeah.
and so
Last month.
that is sad, because AI is great, but we have to
Right.
do it correctly.
Right. We
and-
need a people that oversee
Big Brother is kind of overseeing
Yeah.
it, kind of like every other, in the state of Texas. Let's just say this, because I sat on appointed boards through the governor. So we need some type of overseer to make sure things are.
It's restricted. It has to be restricted to a certain point.
Brought to you by BlueScorpion Property Preservation Management Group. Use our janitorial services today. Call 832-257-3247 for quality cleaning services you can rely on.
Right.
Because especially, a lot of, and I want to get a little bit more into the business side of what's going on with AI and why these companies are laying off hundreds of people.
Okay.
And you will be surprised why is that. It's not what you think it is. But the AI, primarily, we need to focus on first, because right now the AI is primarily focused on the digital space, meaning on videoing, on imaging, graphical, right? And that's great for media. That's fantastic. But the right way it was supposed to be done in the healthcare for research, cancer, and diseases, right? That was primarily
what it was for.
It was for. And so unfortunately it's going to it could, don't want to get too much political.
Right. It did a turn.
It did a turn.
It just did a turn.
And then unfortunately nobody's putting a brake on it.
Right.
And then you got all these private companies just ramping up all the investment, more investors and all that.
Then you got, that's a digital asset.
Yeah,
so there are many people that I know that's making millions of dollars on AI digital assets because, and if somebody was to pull the plug and that's all they have,
it's gone.
It's gone. So that's why they need to take some of that money and go invest it in something else too, to have multiple streams of, income, because in the world of technology, that's what you're in. It's it's fascinating. It is.
It's huge. It's huge. There's a lot more than ever, and that also comes in place in security too. So a lot of people are forgetting that.
Right.
For example, there's a bunch of tools.
Right.
You got, as far as ChatGPT, Claude, or Claw, these are great tools to use to create something for yourself, right?
Right.
The only issue there is that what a lot of these companies, the ones who are making money are the companies selling you the service.
Right.
The one who's using those tools to create something out of it, it's going to be a bit tough.
Okay.
And that is the lie there.
Okay.
So when their marketing say use this tool so you can create something yourself and make possibly a successful life out of it, unfortunately that is far from the truth. Because it comes into one thing, two roadblocks, and that is compliance and security. In our world, when we build softwares and systems, we have to get it compliant and have to get it, make sure that it passes all the security breaches before we sell it to a customer. So now there is third party.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. There, and this is something that, of course, they're not going to tell you this,
right?
Because they're selling you to use their tools.
Because if there's a breach, you're responsible because you own that app, or you own this thing that you created, and if there's a breach in your creativity, that could be a problem.
That is a problem, and so that's where I call AI fraud in the business world. As far as technology is most definitely real, but as far as business practice, in that sense, is unfortunately there's a fraud and there's a lot going on with that.
Right. Because people can create just like that. You know, they could just say, "Oh, I want to create da 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 da," get it.
Yeah.
Put it on Apple Play or whatever. Put it on. People start buying it like crazy. And if there's something going on, now do y'all help people that create an app?
Yeah. In fact, we do. We just had a guy.
I love it.
Yeah. We just had a guy who he wants to do something more than what he has right now. So I won't say what his idea because
Right. That's his stuff.
yeah.
Right.
But he did it on his own. Now he's stuck. He can't figure it out what's going on because he thought that it will do it for itself. Just a couple
Right.
of commands, clicks, and no. Unfortunately, the truth is, eventually we get to a point where it won't function
You
properly.
need a live person with the smarts and the
Right.
expertise.
So
Okay.
I've said this before. Really, AI was created in the consumer market outside of the health for software engineers.
Okay.
Software engineers, AI is pretty much our right hand tool
Okay.
to speed up things that we used to probably only finish. Let's say if I create an app, somebody called me to create an app, maybe for a restaurant, right?
Right.
Kind of something like a Chick-fil-A app.
Right.
It would take me around probably 7 months to a year, right? And once everything is done, then I gotta make sure everything
It's functional,
is
yeah.
functional and the security it's all connected,
Right.
all 100% solid, and then as far as compliance, because if they're going to receive credit card transactions, we cannot afford any data leaks when it
Right.
comes to those. So it takes about a year to maybe 3 months, and then
Right.
once that's done, then we can deploy it nationwide.
Right.
And so
Now that's cut it down in time. Like.
yeah, it could be 6 months or three
Right.
months, right? So it is really good. That is a great things on the AI side, as a good side. But unfortunately, there's a lot of misconceptions out there, and so a lot of in the let's say in the consumer is just a normal person that just only knows how to work his phone
Right.
might think that, oh yeah, I can do it eventually, but then they hit a roadblock, and then that's when they feel, I would say, maybe at home, and they feel, man, it's supposed to work, right?
Right.
And then they unfortunately they're going to be disappointed. But the truth is that if you're going to use AI, you still kind of have to hire a tech company
Okay.
or software engineers to finish the product the right
Okay.
way.
Or
Especially
protect your company to finish it the right way.
Yeah.
Or you can be setting yourself up for failure.
for failure, especially if you're gonna have people making transactions on that app, and that's a big deal because you can go to prison for life if you're held liable, and so that's
We
a
don't
big
like that.
deal.
Nobody wants orange jumpsuits
no, it's a
off
big
of
deal.
something that you created
Right.
that you had no knowledge of, right?
Right.
You don't want to get in trouble like that.
Not at all. Yeah, so that's a big deal, and so I would say a lot of AI isn't replacing what a lot of people think. Now,
Now you talked about jobs. So,
Right.
Okay.
so here's another lie
Okay.
that's happening, and part of it I understand in a business perspective. For example, our huge mega tech giants are Dell, HP, Apple, Microsoft, and you got all their other Lenovo, all sorts of companies that we depend on to this day and the future. The one issue there is that they're as far as when it comes to their costs, it's really high because they got so much staff members, they
Right.
got so much going on, and we know that the economy has been challenging for this past couple of years, and so I'll tell you this a little bit of my industry when in the entertainment side. So when we build workstations and gaming computers, the build has actually gone down. For us, it went down 2 years ago.
Oh.
So not a lot of people are building gaming computers or workstations for graphic designers,
Okay.
for rendering. So anybody
Okay.
who do animations, right? So they need computers that are capable of handling all those renderings. Think of in 2023 we built two workstations for
Right.
a animation company. We give them a quote, and they love our specifications, and they went with us. And those workstations, those are responsible to make CGI the way it is. So
Right.
the movies,
Right.
Maybe a commercial that you see like an animation creature
Right.
there, or like Geico that you see in
Right.
insurance. That's built out of CGI,
Right.
which is much better when it comes to AI. It's all jumble
Right.
and crumble up, and unfortunately the resolution there it isn't as it's supposed to. But CGI, it's so much better. Now in the next couple of years coming, AI will be used more of a hybrid with CGI,
Okay.
right? But CGI will still be there.
Okay.
So not a lot of animation companies are gonna depend on AI. It's just not, and part of it is copyright and fragment reasons.
Okay.
Right. So as in right now, there isn't a law where it's saying that AI is violating copywritings. In fact, at the moment as we speak now, AI is violating lots of copyright.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
probably.
But there's no law yet, right?
Right.
So because AI,
And you can't go backwards. So if somebody created something, you can't go backwards and say, "Oh, now you're copywriting." 'Cause
Right.
It's
So technology is moving too fast. It's
Too
moving,
fast.
yeah.
and one thing, a cool fact about AI, it's only so AI doesn't create out of thin nothing, and it actually creates out of the data that's being fed it to all the years, even from the early 90s.
oh wow.
Yeah. So all of that AI is
That's why it needs to be cooled.
right.
Because
So-
if you're saying it's going all the way back,
Yeah, all that data that's being stored on the internet, that's where it's pulling it from. And a lot of them, it comes from, of course, Google. They won the race of
Right.
of the search engine.
right?
And there's other search engines as well. But it's pulling all of those things. It's pulling from movies, from Hollywood.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So if you make let's say if you use ChatGPT and say, hey, create this video for me
Right.
for something, like an action, is actually being copied from movies
Right.
for all the past movies that we had seen in Hollywood,
Oh wow.
and that's a copyright. That's a copyright
Right.
thing. But the thing is, it tends to mismatch it, right? It tends to there's more into it, but when we see it, it looks that is combined.
Right.
And when you look at an AI video, you're like, that looks very familiar. It looks
Deja vu,
familiar.
right.
Right. It looks similar to other things that you've seen in the past.
Right.
And that's because of that. It uses the same
It's-
data.
So it's getting smarter and smarter and smarter, and combining stuff together.
Yeah.
And the more people are just moving their hands on the
Yeah.
keyboard.
Yeah. And so that is definitely a big something to think about. And then going back into the security,
Right.
so if companies are going to implement AI security solely on AI, I would say to not do it. The most important thing first, it's infrastructure.
Right.
So the infrastructure, what does that mean? It means that every device, computer, laptop, and the owner of the company computer, it is secured by an infrastructure.
Right.
It's being managed by that system, right? And it goes through VPNs, it goes through a firewall, and it can go to all those things before you put artificial intelligence. So artificial intelligence is more once that infrastructure is in place, then you can integrate AI as an assistant,
Right.
and then move from there.
And the knowledge is what you're trying to tell my listeners is to
Yeah.
use it as an assistant. Don't use it solely as the provider of the
Right.
wheel.
Right.
You have educated us
Yeah.
a lot.
And a lot of things too. For me, I have an operator as far as AI, but it helps him direct him to a live person like me,
Right.
right? I personally, since we are a tech company, we still want our clients and our customers to talk to a real person.
Right. I think that's important.
It's really important. It's how we connect. It's how
Right.
we connect, right? And so I would say this: if you're a business owner or somebody who's in real estate, or maybe they do, they have a bakery,
Right.
don't have a AI receptionist. I would say that's just my personal opinion.
I hate that.
But
yeah.
it will confuse people and they'll hang up, and that's a lost
And
lead.
that's what I do.
Yeah. So.
I hang up.
I do. I don't like it. I don't like it. But people are gearing themselves to it. But it's almost like I have to have a part 2 with you. Like seriously, because the conversations that we're having is so engaging, and I know people have so much more that want to know about this, because I mean this is a lot.
Yeah,
it's a lot, but it's good. It's good information because people need to know and be understand, because sometimes they just hear a little bit and they're like,
Right.
oh, that's what it is, and they don't know, and they don't take enough time to go research more.
Yeah.
So if people want to reach you and get security and everything, what do they need? How can they contact you?
They can contact us at vrepaircenter.com, and you can reach us at info@vrepaircenter.com, and on Facebook as well.
Okay.
We do just search V Repair Center, and then that's our website, our Facebook page, and that's where they can reach us. We also do a consultation. So if they're free consultation, so if there is a business owner that doesn't know where to start and implement infrastructure, they can call us, and we can go to their office, or they can come to our office, and we can talk about what they have. Yeah. Because and that's one of the reasons I started my company, is that there was that missing moral in the consumer market, was truly help companies and tell them what's best, the truth,
Right.
And I see that, I previously worked for other tech companies and security companies, and unfortunately, a lot of it don't really care about their customers,
Right.
and they just only care about is
Here's
sell.
the cameras we got, ABC.
Right. And they only care about that 500 fortune, and that is that's when I saw where I come and play,
Right.
And that is the truth.
Specialty.
Right. And that's why I kept all my customers.
Right.
They love, because I'm always educating. I'm always telling the truth.
Well, we're gonna have you back on the show, because
Well,
the
appreciate
reason
that.
why is because AI.
Yeah.
We need that extra step again,
Yeah.
because it's not stopping.
No.
So I'm pretty sure in a few months from now you'll have even more to share.
Yeah.
Before we leave, what is the bill that people should kind of just diverse themselves on? Just a little bit. It was what did you call it? With the state bill, the ND. What was that information?
Yeah. For the NDA.
Yeah. So people can just research themselves.
Yeah.
What is it called?
So it is the bill called the NDAA bill. Give me just a second.
Okay.
It's a specific bill.
Okay. And that way you can research yourself, guys, and look it up, and you'll be educating yourself on it, and that way you can know more. We're not going to tell you yay or nay about it. We're just going to say educate yourself. What is it called?
Yeah. So the bill that is as far as it was passed in the House, but it's called the NDAA 216-212. Okay, so that bill, it's a big bill. It affects a lot of things. But before going into much, but a lot of it now. So if you're in the process of hiring a security camera company, make sure you ask that they are NDAA compliant.
Okay.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of other things in the network hardware that pretty much that bill pushes them out of the market, because allegedly they don't meet certain requirements in the security side. So
and we've seen that in all kind of industries.
All kinds of industries.
Yeah.
So this is really important. So in that way, and the reason why that's important, is that if you have current systems at the moment, or is about to upgrade your systems to a different system, make sure that they are NDA compliant, and for security cameras and security network hardware for your systems.
Okay.
So that is something really important.
So do your homework, people. I am so happy to have you here. We're going to have to do a part 2.
All right.
Okay. I was like, I'm going to hold you to it. The audience, we're going to hold them to it. But like I say, always, we appreciate you being here, and y'all stay healthy, wealthy, and wise. And we will do the same. Never, ever, ever apologize for wanting more out of life.
Right.
Bye.